Hello everybody and welcome to Stealwing 33 Plays Dark Souls 2! I'm Stealwing 33 and with the completion of Dark Souls 3 I promise I'm going to be going back to do like some PvP stuff, but I wanted to do more Dark Souls because I actually was having a really fun time playing through the Dark Souls 3 series, and I remembered that I've only ever played through Dark Souls 2 once, and it's kind of odd. I never played any of the DLC, which I've been told is fantastic. And having only played through it once, I don't know this game very well.
Perhaps you've seen it.
It's different than
Maybe
like 3 or
in a
1,
dream,
but I'll get to that as soon as
unlucky,
this is all done.
Forgotten land. A place where souls may mend your ailing mind. You will lose everything. Once branded, the symbol of the curse, an augur of darkness. Your past, your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north, a great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drangleic. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why.
God, that lady's ugly. Jesus Christ.
Like a moth drawn to a flame, your wings will burn in anguish. Time after time. For that is your fate. The fate of the cursed.
Yeah, so Dark Souls 2 is an interesting addition to the Souls series. It has the most plot out of all of them. And I know that seems kind of weird, but this game actually has, like, a concise reason for you to be doing the thing that you're doing beyond, like, oh, you're the undead guy. It's your job to do this thing. Fate, fate, fate. Like, this is like some asshole got sick and showed up in Drangleic looking for a cure, if I'm not mistaken. I think you ended up getting cursed with the dark sign or something. And you found out that the only way for you to not get cursed anymore is to show up here and try to, like, get a cure for it. But, yeah, welcome back to Dark Souls 2, everybody. It's a far cry from Dark Souls 3. I hope this series is good. Keep in mind that I'm probably gonna get lost a lot more often in this one than I did in 3, and I don't know where like a lot of the items are in this one, so there's gonna be a lot of me wandering around looking for where I need to go and trying to figure out what to do about this. I also feel like the game has there's like a delay, so you can kind of see my there's a lot of small mechanical changes that I'll go over as I'm playing through it. But for the most part, it's pretty much the same game, but there are some changes, a couple mechanical ones.
Oh my, your face. The face of the curse.
Alright, lady, you wouldn't look so good if you jumped into a giant black vortex either.
An undead
Bitch.
has come to They all end up here. All the ones like you. You spoke to that kind old dear, didn't you? You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them. Hollows prey upon men, feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the curse.
Of the cursed. Dark Souls 2 is also the most depressing out of all of them. It's the game without hope, you know? So I decided that I think I'm going to try to do a piercing weapon run, right? And so we are going to be, of course, the Honorable Stealwing, the 33rd Esquire. But I've decided I think I want to try to do straight weapons, like piercing weapons. So S-stocks, rapiers, stuff like that. I'm interested in doing them. I think they'll be a little bit more entertaining than doing great swords, which I think are pretty overpowered in this one.
For sharing. It's a human effigy.
What does it do?
Take a closer look. Who do you think it's supposed to be? Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
Yeah, so Dark Souls 2 is an interesting game. Oh, and we need to have high dexterity. Like, really high dexterity. So what I'm thinking we're gonna do... Probably gonna play as the bandit with the bucket helmet. The swordsman's pretty good too, but I don't want to have to start with... Like, I want to start at a kind of lower level, and the bandit starts out with more HP than the swordsman, I think. Yeah, the explorer? No, I don't want to be the explorer. We'll start out at the bandit. And then for the gift... So, I don't know too much about the gifts for Dark Souls 2. I normally start out with healing wares, because I think it's the best one. I know the Seed of a Tree of Giants is pretty good. You can use that to do something. I don't remember what it is exactly. You shouldn't take a human effigy, you shouldn't take a homeward bone, never take the life ring. Bonfire aesthetics, same kind of idea. The only really two options are the Seed of the Tree of Giants and the healing wares. And I'm going to take the healing wares because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get my ass kicked pretty hard during all of this. Then we're not going to spend a lot of time doing character creation because we're going to wear armor the whole time, so, you know.
To break the curse. You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance. Well, you never know.
So this is a theme.
And trot along to the kingdom.
This is a theme in Dark Souls 2, right?
Hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow.
Basically, Dark Souls 2 is a game about
No longer.
despair, right?
You lose your souls. All of them. Over and over again.
And the interesting thing about that is that basically the way that it feels for me at least is that From Software rolled into the idea of Dark Souls being a game about despair, right? So a common theme that people talked about in the first game was that Dark Souls is a game that you're supposed to feel hopeful, but you're never supposed to feel strong, right? Well, Dark Souls 2, they rolled with a very different idea. Basically, they rolled with the idea that you are doomed. That basically you have no hope, and you have no options, and you have nothing. And so you're kind of stuck in this, like, universe that has no hope and no nothing, right? And so it's kind of interesting that they rolled with it that hard, because, you know, that wasn't really what Dark Souls 1 was about. Dark Souls 1 was about overcoming adversity, sort of like being given an impossible task and rising to the occasion. This one is about being given an impossible task and rising to the occasion, but having everybody not believe that you can. So these hippo enemies, by the way, as long as you stick towards their butt, like back here a little bit, they'll always fall, but they normally don't hit you. I got hit there, but I'm used to that not being the case here. You just back up a little bit. It makes fighting these guys a lot easier, because these guys are the first, like, they're supposed to be borderline impossible to kill right now, in my opinion at least. But assuming you didn't start deprived, I think you could be fine. Let's turn this game down a little bit here. Game options. Let's turn this down just an incy bitsy bit here. I'll leave the voice volume up a little bit so that way we can hear what people are talking about. That's better. All right. But I know that if you kill, there's like 3 of them in this area. If you kill them, you get stuff. The stone ring's not really worth the time or effort that you put into that, but you know, that kind of stuff is kind of nice. There's another item around here somewhere, if I remember correctly. You gotta, like, go over here and drop down off this waterfall or something. Yeah, there's, like, a rock ledge down here. Yeah, there we go. I remember some stuff. Small, smooth, and silky stone. We can give that to Snuggly the Crow for something. I don't remember what. But I don't remember too much about this game. I did a little bit of practicing so I could get used to the mechanics of it again. Because, like I said, this game is wildly different than the other ones. Like 3 is very sharp. This is very, how to put this? If 3 is a sharpened blade, this is a blunted axe, right? It'll still cut stuff, but it feels more labored. Everything you do is slower. Everything you do is sort of like belabored and stuff, and it's kind of odd to play through it. It kind of feels like everything's happening underwater, which, you know, is odd. I don't know how else to describe it other than odd, right? Yeah, we're going through the tutorial stuff, not because I need it, but because there are items over here, and I do want to get them. And killing these guys gives you souls and stuff, and frankly, I need to get used to the axe's moveset, so there you go. If you're wondering why I started the warrior instead of the sword master, it is because I want to start with more HP than the sword master starts with, and this is the best way to do it. The bandit only starts with 5 less dexterity, so it's not like that big of a deal, but you know, it can be nice. If you're playing as the deprived, that dagger is the first weapon in the game that you could possibly get, so congratulations, you're using a dagger for the beginning of the game if you play deprived. The axe actually does a very good job. Yeah, but I'm hoping that Dark Souls 2 will be fun to play through. It's a game that a lot of people don't like, and I know it's an old game, so I'm covering something that, like, nobody's gonna nobody except for the people who are like watched the Dark Souls 3 series are gonna watch the Dark Souls 2 one. But we started getting actually like quite the number of people watching the series towards the end of the lifespan. There, we had like 18 views on that that episode about it wasn't the Soul of Cinders, it was the one before that, the Twin Princes, yeah. But you know, it's kind of cool. If you got this far without being able to move the camera, more power to you, man.
You! Yes, you! Give us!
Yes, okay. I give you silky smooth stone. Let's over here, and we'll leave this here. Okay, but there you go.
Yeah. So nice, so smooth. Yeah! Silky smooth!
There you go, buds. Give me some items. Cracked red eye orb.
Oh, give it smooth.
Nope, fuck off, I'm out of here. Yeah, so that's the Snuggly the Crow twins. They are in Dark Souls 3. I don't think I ever actually showed off where they are. I'll have to do that on a PvP episode. But you can give them items and stuff, and they'll give you stuff. I want to go get all the items, but I also just don't want to have to do any more of the tutorial stuff. Because you can skip the tutorial in Dark Souls 2, which you can't do in 1 or 3, or Bloodborne for that matter. Well, I guess technically you can skip it in Bloodborne if you are really good at Jet Quan Do, because you can, if you kill the first wolf man, you can do stuff. Did I remember to set that? Yes, I did. Okay, good. This is the game where they set jumping to left stick instead of double tapping the jump button, or the sprint button rather. I fell into the water. That sucks. I knew I was gonna fuck up as soon as I jumped. I was like, oh, I'm dead. Yeah, they changed it to clicking left stick in this one, and I prefer the sprint and double tap the jump button method, like doing this. But this one it's actually like a jump. So like in the other games, it's sort of like a heaving leap, but this one is actually like a jump. Like you actually go through the air and stuff. Which, you know, is fine. It's just kind of odd. There you go. Alright, take that guy out. Hup. Okay, I have to jump that. Got it. I picked up my souls, though. What happened to... My soul count dropped to, like, 225. You know what? I don't think the items are worth it. I'll come back for them later, off-camera or something, because it's just not worth my time. Unless you guys are, you know... But I'd rather progress a little bit into the game here. Although every time we die, if you notice my health bar is dropping, every time we die, it drops by a little bit more. That's the first time this happened in Dark Souls 1. And it didn't happen in 1. It didn't happen in, unless you got cursed. If you got cursed in 1, then this happened, and it was like the worst thing ever. And I remember hearing about that being the case in 2, and being like, oh man, why you gotta be like that? Oh, we also start with a bow and arrow. Oh, sweet. That actually is very nice, because that means we can kill those, we can kill the, what's it called? The hippo guys down here, because we can pull one of them at a time, instead of having to fight 2 at once. Okay, come on. Sorry, that's my Xbox controller. It does that sometimes. Got him. Right in the head. Alright. Bow and arrow, not the best thing to have in the universe, but out of all the items we could possibly start with other than our main weapon, this one's not bad. Oh, I missed. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to come into your house and eat your stuff. There is an Estus flask in this game, for the record. The healing wares are just additional healing stuff, because you start out with very little Estus in this game. I like to start with it, because I'm bad at this game. And it's very helpful to have... We start out with 20 life gems. We started with a bunch of other shit, too. 20 life gems, 3 radiant life gems, 10 old radiant life gems, this poison moss that cures poison. It's stuff that traditionally probably wouldn't be super useful, but in this one it's not bad, actually. Not a bad place to start. Now, if I remember correctly, if we kill these guys and get into that coffin, we can end up with some stuff. Oh! That was almost bad. Did you guys see that part where I almost died? See that part where I did die? I did too. It was great. So we have a couple options. We can either try to fight these guys, or I can try to do this shit right here and roll past them and run away like a coward, which I'm probably going to do. Excuse me, Hippo Men. Is there an item over there? Nope. Alright. I don't remember what this one is, but I remember it being kind of important. I think this is like the Gravekeeper's Covenant or something. We can hop in here and then it takes us somewhere. I don't remember exactly, though. But you're gonna have to forgive me. That's gonna come up a lot. Is I'm just gonna be like, I remember this being interesting. The nature of my being has changed. I don't remember what that means. But I'm gonna run away now. Ow. Well, I died. Wow, I am like super hollowed. Did you guys see how hollowed I am? What's up with that? Yeah, I don't remember too much about Dark Souls 2. So we're gonna go past the tutorial. I already spent 20 minutes on the tutorial section of this thing. We'll at least get into the first area. But this is basically the intro for the series. I hope you guys are prepared, because unlike Dark Souls 3, where I knew exactly what I was doing, there's gonna be a lot of this, me fumbling around, getting my ass kicked constantly. At some point, I'm hoping that we can end up with. I want to get the Rapier as soon as possible, and I know how to get it. Because we just basically need to get the blacksmith operating, and that shouldn't take very long. I should be able to do it before we fight the first boss, and then hopefully that'll be something that we can deal with. Hopefully we can use it too. Hopefully I didn't make a mistake and have to re-roll this entire character off the bat here. That Divine Blessing is very useful. I've heard this song a lot. Can we drop down there? Yes, we can. Okay. This is a fun little thing that I remember. So you can get the a Morning Star and a Miracle Talisman right off the bat. The Morning Star is one of the better weapons in this game. I don't know if it got nerfed at some point between when I played it and now, but the Morning Star is super good. It's basically a better version of the default mace, and I remember the mace is crazy good in this game. But you know, we're sort of here. This is Majula. It's the Firelink Shrine of Dark Souls 2. You know, this is the Fire Keeper. She's the lady that lets us level up, except she's like the Emerald Woman or something like that.
Are you, or merely bearer of the... I will remain by... Take...
Cool. Awesome.
Go
Estus
on,
Flask.
King.
Yep, cool. We have to kill King Vendrick. That's the Oedipus of the game, is we have to find and kill King Vendrick. However that ends up taking us is sort of up to fate. But there you go. I mean, that's the beginning of Dark Souls. I have my Estus Flask. As you can see, we only started with one fucking charge of Estus, which, you know, is very obviously not enough Estus, which is why starting with the healing wares is kind of nice. Getting the life gems and getting all the little bit of extra healing and the ability to kind of stick in there is nice. But you can get another Estus shard right off the bat by knocking that rock in there and pulling this guy up by his neck. You get another Estus Flask shard, bring it back to the lady. She makes your Estus Flask 2 Estus Flasks. We're totally fine. And then I remember there's one inside of that house over there, but we end up with the key for that later in the game. I don't remember any other stuff, really. I do have like a map open on my right monitor. Also, I hope the video seems a little smoother. I changed it to
see. However,
I changed it to 32 FPS instead of 30 FPS, and so it should seem more movie-like. You know, less choppy, which, you know, is kind of nice. I don't have any souls. What am I doing? It cost me $850 to level up. Oh my god, that's as much as that hippo gave me. All right. Let's go ahead and get to the first area of the game, and then we'll probably maybe not call it quits, but we're definitely gonna try to. We'll get to the first like bonfire in the area, and then we'll probably. No, we got time. I can make these like 40 minutes long. That's how long the Dark Souls 3 episodes were on average. I try to get to like a boss or to try to get to like something every now and then. while we wait for this stupid thing to click up here. There we go. Alright. Alright. Yeah, for some reason we're all oogie looking. We're like really oogie looking. Alright, we'll come down here, grab this item. Right here. What do we get? A human effigy, not bad. And then you can make a running jump over here to grab a homeward bone and some souls. Fantastic. But this is as far as I play tested. I know that seems a little disingenuous, but yeah, this is as far as I got as far as like playing through the game was concerned. If I'm not gonna have a shield, I might as well two-hand my axe here. But it changes the moveset a little bit, and it makes it take so much extra stamina for no reason, basically. Ow. I was really excited when I saw that the axe had like a very sweeping attack set, but every single one of these, like, it doesn't pierce stuff. Like, I guess that's like like I said, everything I do in this game kind of feels like I'm doing it through water. Everything's so slow and so floaty. Like, even my roll feels weird. Like, it just all feels weird. I don't know. I miss, like, the sharpness from Dark Souls 3, because they learned a lot from doing Bloodborne, mechanically at least. Be wary of tears. Alright. What is this? Is this a grave? I get out of here. I'll fight you. I've got an axe. I'm an axe man. I do think that the animation for backstabbing is a lot cooler in this one than it was in the other ones, though. I just wish that we had the ability to, you know, roll out of stuff, because I miss my ability to roll. I really need to get a shield at some point here, because we're really gonna have some issue here. There's a life gem. That's not bad. Yeah, I think the only class that starts with a shield is the warrior, and their shield sucks. All the classes didn't start with a shield in this game, which I remember, again, I remember when this game came out, and I remember thinking that was, like, the worst thing that somebody's ever done. And I remember being like, oh, they just want to punish us and make the game super hard for no reason. But this is the game that I really perfected, like, doing blind swinging. Because I never had to do it in 1, but in 2, there are lots of situations where you can't lock onto enemies right away, so you have to, like, get in the habit of knowing how to swing blindly. But, you know, we're doing all right. So up ahead, that guy right there is the Hide Knight. He's pretty hard, but if you can kill him, you can get some nice stuff out of him, which is kind of cool. His weapon is a lightning weapon, and you can get it. It's like you can get it like right at the beginning of the game here, which is pretty great. He's not hostile until you hit him, but we're gonna fight him, and then we'll see how that goes. But for now, I'm gonna get rid of that archer before I do that, though, because I would really rather not. You can make that jump. I will probably be attempting that later, but for now, I want to have as much HP as possible before we try to fight the Hide Knight. Because if I'm gonna fight him, I need HP, and every time I die, my HP gets smaller and smaller until I think it goes down to like halfway, and then it stops going down. God damn it! So this game uses like actual real true hitboxes. So like in Dark Souls 3, we use true hitboxes, but we also use you also have tons of iframes during your roll. But this game uses true blue hitboxes, so like you guys saw it, I got hit during my roll, which is scary to think about. But yeah, I got hit during my roll, which sucks because, you know, it makes rolling not perfect. This is the one where rolling isn't the best option all the time. Ow. In fact, you actually get a lot more out of just like walking around a target in this one, if I remember correctly. Ow. Alright, there we go. We just gotta stay on our toes. It's just like Dark Souls. it's just like all the other Souls games. If you stay on your toes and play it cool, then you'll be fine. And luckily we have the axe, which is, you know, ridiculously powerful. Let's go ahead and... Can we equip the hide sword? Do we have the stats for it? No, we need 11 strength. How much strength do we have? 9. Alright, that sucks. Yeah, that kind of sucks a lot, actually. The nice part that... So if you do have the strength, if you start as, like, the soldier or as the knight, you do start out with enough strength to use the hide straight sword. The weapon is a lightning weapon, so it does lightning damage. It also does fairly decent damage, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 75 plus 50 lightning. It levels up with regular-ass Titanite shards, which is kind of dope. But, we didn't... Oh, we're not dead, so... You know, boon for us, I guess. But yeah, you can make that jump. I just need to do it better. Can't remember what's over there. I think it might be a human effigy, if I remember correctly. But we have a lot of souls. The UI in this thing is like super bold for some reason. It's like super huge. Again, after playing so much Dark Souls 3 for like I think I have like a collective 70 or 80 hours in Dark Souls 3. I only really played this one for like one playthrough, which is maybe 20 hours. Which is a lot of time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not a lot of time. I'm just saying that like comparatively, like it's so hard to go back to like doing it the old way, I guess is the best way to put it. I'm not going to be able to make that jump. Well, not yet. I'll do it later is what I'm going to get. I don't want to waste any more time. I already wasted a ton of time getting my ass kicked by not being able to jump properly over a small gap in the tutorial area, which, you know, is hilarious and embarrassing. But that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. The fog gates were used to break up the areas to improve performance. Luckily, we shouldn't have to worry about performance too much because this game's kind of old. So my computer should, you know, keyword being should, be able to handle it. I wouldn't be surprised if it went apeshit and wasn't able to handle it properly. I know that there are areas in this game that have issues. Same like Dark Souls 3, same as Dark Souls 1. There are areas in the game that just like straight up are poorly optimized. It's something with the way that the game handles AI, but like it seems pretty smooth. We're not gonna really get any slowdown. I'm playing on like ultra whatever the hell like the top graphical setting for this is, so like, you know, that being that said is kind of not bad. I got hit by that bomb anyway. I thought that was gonna kill me. It did not. These hollow soldiers are assholes, to say the least, because they throw those huge, great apple-sized bombs at you. You know what? You know what? I hate you so much, man. That guy's such a dick. All right, let's go ahead and head up here, and then the bonfire should be in that doorway over there. We can go down there. There are some items over there. I know there's an Estus shard somewhere around here. At least that's what my map says. There's an Estus shard somewhere around here. But I don't know. We'll see about that. If I burn a human am I alive right now? Is that because I want to be alive as much as possible in this game? Because, you know, same kind of deal. I know that there are red spirits that only invade you if you're alive and stuff. So let's go ahead and burn a human effigy here. Blocks invaders from beyond. Oh! I didn't want that. Don't do that. Yeah, there you go. Can I just pop one? Is that how this works? Yeah, there you go. Now we're sexy. Oh, are we a woman? Oh, we're a woman. All right, congratulations, everybody. I guess we're gonna be Fiora. Yeah, shut up. Alright, so from this lady, you need to buy this key over here. That key opens up the blacksmith's shop in Majula, which is the main town. It's important. It's something that you can do. I remember the first time I beat this game using the Kestis, which I don't recommend, because holy crap, that was brutal. Yeah, if you ever want to feel bad about yourself, try to beat the game using the Kestis. Yes. We have to talk to this lady a whole bunch, because that way she'll show back up at the town. There we go. Yeah. Alright. We'll rest here, and then we'll travel back to Majula real quick. I want to get the rapier as quick as possible, so that way we can do the maximum of this run with the thing that I actually want to do, which we can buy from this guy over here by opening his thing for him. There you go, Lake Rest.
Yes. But first,
Okay, and then we rest at the bonfire again. Boom. Lakecrest moves into his shop. And then we can buy the rapier from him, if I'm not mistaken.
the name and you.
Yeah. Yep. There we go. Cool. And then we'll buy the rapier. There we go. Buy one rapier, please. Hold the beer. The hammer. That's a two-handed mace. That's actually pretty decent. The S-stock versus the rapier. Which one's better? Technically, the rapier is better, but the S-stock counts as a slashing weapon. Interesting. The Falcon's pretty decent. You can buy arrows from this guy. We can buy Titanite, which I think I'll buy one, and then have him reinforce the rapier here. There we go. Yep. Do that. Fantastic. All right.
These days.
Yeah, fuck off. Cool. So now we have our rapier. Now, again, I've never used a rapier before. I know that they... Oh, I can parry with it. Interesting. Okay, so I can parry with it there. Okay, but so, like this, it's like stabbing, stabbing, parry. Okay, and then if I two-hand it, it's the other way around.
Seek the king. lest
Interesting.
This
This guy's
land swallow you whole.
two-fisting greatswords over here. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and level up a little bit. We put up some vigor. Same build applies. Just put all my points into health and stamina. So, all right. But I think with that, we're gonna call it quits for this episode. I know we didn't get a lot done, but we did get our rapier, so I think we're in pretty good shape. So with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you like what you saw, let me know. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date on when I post more videos. And if you really like what you saw, leave a like. It helps the channel grow. It helps me out a great deal. You know, share with your friends. Let's grow the family. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.